This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity Podcast. Here are 11 stories that we're following today, and a lot of this deals with consumer sentiment moving in the wrong direction. The prescript to this discussion is as follows. First, unemployment unexpectedly rose to 3.8%. Of course, the positive of that, the markets view that positively because it means the Fed may slow down in raising rates. The other prescript to today's 11 stories is Apple is closing back in on a $3 trillion market cap. It's about $2.95 trillion. And then two of the other largest market cap companies that we watch, Microsoft is up 37% year to date, and Amazon is up nearly 65% year to date. So here's where we're at today on these 11 stories. First, market futures point up today. The market points up today, but it'll end up being a mixed day, it looks like so far. We're talking about 11 o'clock Central. Yesterday, the NASDAQ was slightly up. The S&P was slightly down. Second, big companies are reporting more challenges with consumer spending. Brian Sosi of Yahoo Finance writes a great piece in this. He gives three examples and talks about this a lot. Becker says consumers are slow to spend on PCs. Best Buy sees more credit card delinquencies. Chewy says consumers are being more cautious. Chewy dropped 12% yesterday. Third, a number of other negative signals on the creation of open jobs and slowing GDP has sent the market higher this past week on the perception the Fed was slow in rate raises. Fourth, the PE deal world remains very muted and softer than the last 2 years, up from 18-19, but still in relatively slow shape compared to the last couple of years. Fifth, cannabis stocks have finally jumped. They've jumped about 50% in the last month. We'll see if that continues. Sixth, oil remains elevated at $85 a barrel. Seventh, Bitcoin has fallen back below $26,000. Of course, I was a horrible Bitcoin investor, lost about $70,000, at least got tax losses for it. Eighth, Palantir stock dropped 24.5% in the last month. Palantir, of course, is founded by the brilliant and somewhat crazy, but fascinatingly brilliant, driven Peter Thiel. Ninth, Walmart hit a new 52-week high yesterday, so Walmart continues to crank. It's the largest company in the country by revenues, not by market cap. 10th, three companies hit 52-week lows, or three big companies, Dollar General, Chewy, and General Mills. And finally, 11th, a fascinating story in the Wall Street Journal. Rates are up. We're just starting to feel the heat. And the point of the Wall Street Journal is it's taken a while for people that have loans at lower rates to now start to feel the pinch across the board of a higher rate environment. And this goes everywhere from the nation, which has seen its debt go from 35% of GDP 15 years ago to 93% of GDP now, and at much greater risk with much higher interest rates out there of what's going to take the debt service. It also talks about companies, real estate borrowers, homeowners, consumers, everybody now starting to feel the distress as interest rates increase. In any event, thank you for listening to today's Becker Private Equity Podcast on 11 stories we're following today, plus unemployment unexpectedly rising, and a lot more. Reach me anytime, 773-766-5322, and thank you to our producer, Jeremy Core.